Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match cast. This is the Championship of Russia 2015 tournament, and it's the round of 8, I suppose you could say, even though there's seeding involved to like semifinals. And in this match, it is Diplomatt of Wolf playing against me. Obviously, I'm part of Agony, and hopefully for a long time. Now, in this game, I'm playing as the Langobards, and Diplomatt is the Huns, so I'm gonna go over my composition in just a moment. So here we go. I have a Redoubtable Chieftain General with Brace. Then I have, as you can see, 2 Germanic Lancers in the center and 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen on each flank. The ones on the left are both Bronze 1. I also have in the center, as you can see, 2 Germanic Bows, and on each flank 2 Germanic Hurlers. Then for my main melee line, I have 4 Godhandsmen and 3 Godhans Chosen. As for Diplomatt, who is the Huns in this game, he has a Steppe Warlord Bronze 1 General with fast charge. For the rest of his cavalry, well, we see a Steppe Cataphract with a Noble Steppe Cataphract on his left. Same thing on the right. Supporting his general, we have a regular Steppe Cataphract. Now for his skirmish contingent, he has 5 of these Steppe Bows, and interestingly enough, kind of like his holding flank it seems, he has 2 Bosphorus warriors on the left. And how many oars? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oar warriors with 1 chosen oar. So he has 9 infantry units, whereas I have 7 good infantry units. However, he has these 2 Bosphorus warriors, which are like meh in melee. So I think I have a decent shot in the melee fight against the oar warriors, especially with the Godhans Chosen. I'll be able to destroy them in melee. Which is why I'm going for like all the Godhans Chosen on my left flank, because that is where I actually want to attack this game. That's where I feel most comfortable. But yeah, let's just fast forward and watch the melee engagement start. Oh, the missile engagement. And here, if I can get in range of his bows, I would be in pretty good shape. But I can't really get shots off because he continues to kite, which is like, ooh, annoying for me. But I do get some volleys off into the rear of his Steppe Bows. However, I wasted precision shot, which means he can keep kiting for as long as he wants. So I made a massive mistake with that precision shot. So I can't really follow him as well. But here, as you can see, he continues kiting and shooting at my Germanic Hurlers. So this is pretty annoying for me right now. I'm like, oh damn, how do I deal with this? But as you can see, I'm just moving up because that's the one thing I can do right now. When he's trying to kite me, I try to follow him. As you can see, I'm killing the Steppe Bow. This is pretty good for me. And this is when he decides to actually go in and engage. And seeing this, I put all my cavalry behind my hurlers, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait for the charge. He's also slowed down, and I know that once he gets the charge off, I will immediately go in. So here, that's what I'm doing. I'm going into his cavalry here. I'm waiting for the same thing here. I waited on this flank, so now his Noble Steppe Cataphracts, they got charges off onto hurlers, but could not charge my Noble Germanic Horsemen. So this is why, ooh, I actually do kind of a mistake here, but I'm still gonna connect with the chosen oar. Here though, I'm getting my Germanic Lancer through, but I kind of go through my own Germanic Bow, so that's actually a bit of a mistake by me. But on this flank, as you can see, I gambled well, and it worked fine. Well, it's more like a calculated risk. Like, I waited for him to charge my missiles, and then I was able to just maul his cavalry in melee because he didn't get a charge bonus on my cavalry. So that's why in the beginning I feel like the engagement went very well for me. My Godhansmen here gonna do very well in this fight. Gonna get more cavalry through. As you can see on this flank, I'm gonna get a nice charge off onto his oar warrior. I have my hurlers coming back. So that's one thing that's the problem for me right now. He has skirmishers while I don't, but his cavalry is dying very quickly right now. This Godhansman Chosen here is trading so well against this cavalry, and the oar here it's going to continue doing so. Here I'm going to pull back the oar as he gets a charge off. Going to get away from there. I mean my Godhans. This Godhansman here, as you can see, is going to kill both of these units. That's how good it is against such a terrible unit in melee. But here, as you can see, I got a decent charge off onto this oar warrior. I have to stay in the fight though, and I'm going to deal with his Noble Steppe Cataphracts. I'm pushing in this Godhans Chosen to flank the oar, so I can finish that off. Gonna kill off his step bows here, and I'm also destroying this step cataphract with one of my Germanic lancers. I think I'm gonna disengage soon here, but this unit went out of control, so it's now berserk. It's gonna kill that Ur warrior. Here, as you can see, the Scotsman is engaging against an Ur warrior, and it's actually losing. It's also getting shot at, so that's a problem for me. But at this point, it's looking very, very good overall, and it is indeed game. So let's look at the statistics. Lots of kills on the Gaudentsman and Gaudens Chosen, as you would expect, because, well, it's Gaudentsman and Gaudens Chosen. They are insane in melee. Even my Germanic Lancers did well, and the Noble Germanic Horsemen, as you would expect, they did very well because they didn't get charged by enemy cataphracts. Now, if we look at Diplomat skills on the cataphracts, I mean, it looks like, wow, they got decent amount of kills, but really, it's mostly against hurlers and bows, which is really nothing, so not really cost effective. The one thing he did, though, is he got rid of my skirmishers, yes, so he had free reign with his, but the issue here is that by doing that, he allowed himself, well, he basically robbed off his charge, he got robbed of his charge against my cavalry, which I feel like would have been far more important than just getting my skirmishers in this situation. Here, as you can see, his Urs doing not so well overall, in his Bosphorus warriors too. Well, none of his units, I think, got very cost effective. Maybe his step bows did alright, but other than that, yeah. Anyway, I shall see you in game number 2. This is a best of 5, by the way, forgot to mention. This is the second game of the match. I'm playing as the Huns, and Diplomat is in command of the Sassanid Empire. Now, this matchup, I honestly feel like, well, I think that my faction here, the Huns, is just slightly favored against the Sassanids, because here's the thing, yes, Pushtigban cataphracts will destroy my noble step cataphracts, but here's the big but. He has no units that are decent in melee. He just has Diplomat warriors, whereas I have Ur warriors. But anyway, time to go over my build. I have a Step Chieftain Bronze 1 with Brace. Then I have, looks like, 2 Noble Step Cataphracts on the right with an Elite Hunnic Lancer as well. And then 2 Noble Step Cataphracts kind of like on the left. You can see 2 Bosphorus warriors on my right flank. I guess this is kind of like, I kind of did what, kind of doing what Diplomat did last game. Stealing a page from his book. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these Ur warriors. And yeah, I have a much stronger melee setup than whatever he can bring Assassinates. But anyway, let's look at his composition. So Persian Nobles General, Bronze 1 with fast charge. Then he has a Pushtigban supporting it. 2 Pushtigban on the right, 2 Pushtigban on the left. So I mean, this is very obvious. I mean, you would expect this out of Assassinates to bring as many Pushtigbans as it is allowed, because Pushtigbans are just so good. Yes, Griffbomber are good too, and you see people bring them as well. Personally, I prefer Pushtigbans. Other people prefer Griffbomber. But anyway, missile contingent. Let's see, 2 Persian hurlers on each flank, 2 Persian bows in the center, and looks like Armenian slingers in the back. So he has a total of 8 skirmishers. Now this is just very scary for me right now. I'm like, what? 8 skirmishers? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Then he has 2 Diplomat warriors on each of the flanks, as you can see, and 2 Diplomat warriors in the center. So at this point I'm like, how do I deal with this? Because this looks scary. But obviously the one way to deal with it would be to just engage him in melee, because then he wouldn't be able to use his skirmish advantage over me. Right now, you can see that I'm focusing on his Persian hurlers, and that's because they are more important than killing the Persian bows. Because Persian bows cannot do as much damage as the hurlers can, I think. So as you can see here, I'm destroying his hurlers, but I'm also losing my step bows, though he doesn't have much ammo left. So I mean, that's one thing too. He does have ammo still on the step bows, but he's not using any ammo on his Armenian slingers, which is a pretty good choice actually, because he wants to fire at my cavalry or my Urs with Armenian slinger, or better yet, my general, and snipe it. Here, as you can see, I charge into his hurler, but I waste my Noble Step Cataphract volleys here. That is a massive mistake by me. Should have turned off fire at will here. So he engages here into my step bow. I just pull it back and charge in with another step bow. This is quite funny micro. Missiles against missiles in melee. So here he actually routes my step bows again, but we basically trade all our skirmishers pretty much evenly at this point. So there's nothing gained or lost for any of us. Just we're both losing our skirmishers. The one thing that I guess this might actually be an advantage for him, because he has Armenian slingers on the field, whereas I do not. I mean, I don't have any extra skirmishers, so he can use the Armenian slingers like that. But here's the thing. I'm like, okay, you do that, then I'm just going to move in and start the engagement. I've got Urs behind here. I'm also going to send in the boss fronts. I've got an extra elite Hunnic Lancer here. I'm going to engage his general with my Noble Step Cataphracts. His general is going to take massive damage on the charge, but it's Persian Noble's silver 1, so not the most. Here, he's going to engage with push Stigmans against boss fronts. I mean, he's going to kill the boss fronts, yes, but I'm okay. He didn't charge my my Urs, so that's fine for me. Here I get a rear charge on all these 3 units. This is a massive rear charge with the elite Hunnic Lancers. Bye enemy units. Here this boss front warrior is still on the field, and now this push Stigman gonna go down. I mean, while it was just simply engaging the boss front warrior, now it's gonna go down. Here the engagement over here is actually going well for me because I've got Urs in the fight here, and all these abilities have been used by them. Goodbye, push Digbuns and Diplomatt warriors soon. He's gonna get charges off here, but the thing is, it's mostly into my bows. I also countercharge with my general here, and I'm gonna be able to use my Urs here as well. My right flank, as you can see, it's looking quite good. I'm only worried about this push Digbun. If it comes around and hits me in the rear, I could be in some trouble. Here I'm killing his push Digbun cataphract with my elite Hunnic Lancers in the back. My Noble Step Cataphracts here not in the best position, they're not supported. Gonna disengage my general after getting a charge off here. But I've lost a lot of my general, and he's actually focusing him with Armenian Slinger, so I'm like, oh no, this is not great for me. But here I'm losing the fight in the center. My Urs doing very well though. I've got my step bows here, which I'm gonna send in melee to make sure that he can't pull out with the push Digbuns. I've got my boss friends coming in here against Dolomites, but he actually gets stuck, whereas I don't. But he is gonna click another attack order, so he won't be stuck for long. As you can see, I broke through on my right flank because of the help of Urs. This push Diggun here gonna go down without being cost effective. Then I'm gonna send more step bows through. His general is over here. I'm gonna get a cav charge off with this elite Hunnic Lancer, but he shoots them nicely with Armenian Slingers. However, I get a charge off with my Noble Step Cataphracts into his Persian Nobles. That's good for me. As you can see on this flank, my boss friends are holding out against the Dolomites, and these Urs here just destroying everything in melee because they are unopposed. There is nothing that can kill them. And I'm killing his general. He's trying to get my general with this push Digban Cataphract, but I'm going to continue pulling back my general so he cannot kill him. I'm engaging his Persian nobles here so I can kill his general, and in the melee, well, at this point it's looking very, very, very good for me, and it's going to be really hard to lose unless I lose my general. So at this point, let's just zoom into the battle and watch my units kill stuff, essentially. And his general has died off the field, and indeed, I take the victory here with the Huns against the Sassanids. So let's look at the statistics. My Cataphracts overall not doing so great. It's because he has push Digmas against them. But my Urs, again, that's what carried the day for me because I have Urs. He only has Dolomight warriors. And Dolomight warriors get destroyed by War Warriors. Basically, War Warriors eat them for breakfast. They don't take many losses against Dolomites, but yeah. That is the game, so I shall see you in Game 3. Currently, I'm up 2-0 in the series. This is Game 3 of the match. I'm on match point as well. And I'm in command of the Burgundians, and Diplomatt is now playing as the Eastern Roman Empire. Now, obviously, I'm the one favored in this matchup because, hey, it's Burgundians against Eastern Romans, right? But here's the thing. It is possible for Eastern Roman Empire to win, and if I get overconfident with Burgundians, I can of course lose. So there's always that thing to worry about. But yeah, let's go in slow motion. So I have a Burgundian Guard General with Brace. I also have 6 Royal Lancers, they are all Bronze 1. I have 6 Burgundian Axemen right behind them. And my skirmish contingent, you can see a Germanic archer on each flank and 4 scattershot hurlers in the center. So kind of changing my approach with the Burgundians, just slightly. Then for Diplomat, he has the Palatina Guards General with Brace. He also has, let's see what he has. So interestingly enough, 4 Cataphractari and then 2 Clibanari in total. Very, very interesting choice to bring those cav units. I don't quite agree. I think he should have picked like heavier units, but Cataphractari will just get mauled by my shock cav. But anyway, let's see the rest of his forces. Gonna go over the skirmishers. He has a Ballistari, one of these units on the left flank and a unit on the right. No, actually, this is a Levis Armatore, my bad. Then up front we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sagittari. So he has 8 skirmishers in total. I'm like, whoa. He definitely has more than me, so I'm gonna have to engage him. Then for his infantry component, he has simply, looks like 5 Hateria guards, 2 Arbrons, 1. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a rough time in melee against those Haterias. And I don't have the skirmish advantage either. He has more than I do. And he has the Levis Armatore and the Ballistari, so I'm like, what am I gonna do against that? But what I have though is an extra infantry unit, and I also have much better cav in general than he does. Pound for pound, my cavalry will destroy everything that he has, like a Royal Lancer charge into Cataphractari. Say goodbye, Cataphractari. Essentially, now he's going to again start kiting me with the Sagittari, and that is not good for me. He activates Precision Shot, which is when I'm also going to activate it, because if he uses it, then he can't kite anymore. So I'm going to activate it as well. As you can see, I'm taking good engagement here, and he's going to soon push up with his units. There we go, he's going to push up with Clibinari, but I'm getting shots off, some very nice shots off on his cav, actually slowing it down. I'm going to push up my Royal Lancers right now, because I'm like, okay, he's doing that. But here's the thing, now my Germanic archers can actually target down his Cataphractari. Look at the Cataphractari going down very quickly to my Germanic archers. Some very nice focus fire by me. Here his Clibinari taking extra damage as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about this game right now. I'm going to continue kiting with the hurlers. The archers still targeting down this Cataphractari. Perhaps one more volley. Nope, I did not get it off, but still Cataphractari down to 44. It means the Royal Lancer charge is absolutely going to waste them. Here I move up, but horrible charge by my Royal Lancers actually. And here also some horrible charges by me with the Royal Lancers. This is pretty bad. But because I'm so blobbed, but still this unit is going to go down very, very quickly. I think, did it actually still connect the charge? I guess it might have, interestingly enough. But now I'm going to go for his Levis Armatore. I cannot let them be cost effective. I'm pulling back on my right flank here because I don't want to get shot by the Ballistari. And again, I'm winning this fight. I'm going to pull through with Royal Lancers because, okay, why not? And I'm going to get straight into his Hateria, but not a lot of them connecting with the Hateria. But here, I destroy his archers in the center. I have more Royal Lancers. I'm going to disengage them right now. Here, as you can see, I destroyed his Cataphractari, so I'm just going to pull away my cav. His Cataphractari here is dying, and is getting targeted. But looks like I'm not going to get a charge off, but I'm just going to pull out my Royal Lancers. Going to send in the Axemen as I pull away the Royal Lancers. Here, I got the Royal Lancers destroying the Cataphractari, though he does have his Hateria here, which is very important. I'm killing his Hateria here with the Royal Lancer charge, though his Clibinari here are dying. I've got more Axemen on the field, pulling away the Royal Lancers from the center after getting a charge on the Hateria, I believe. Though he has Hateria here, which are kind of annoying for me. But I'm going to win against this Clibinari here for sure, as the Burgundian Axemen come in. I've got my Axemen here doing very well against the Cataphractari, as well as with Scattershot Hurler support. Destroyed this unit here so I can pull out my Royal Lancers, and now with the Royal Lancers I can chase his Ballistari to make sure that they cannot kill me. His Levis Armatore came back, which is annoying for me, but he's not actually using it right now. I'm destroying his Hateria Guard in the center. Here, as you can see, my general is engaging this Hateria Guard, but he's going to do fine, especially with the Royal Lancer support, which is going to come soon, and more axes coming in. And right now, as you can see, the right flank, I'm going to lose this Burgundian Axeman, but my Royal Lancer is going to do quite well against this Ballistari. This Cataphractari came back, but still, I'm in a very good position in this game. As you can see, just way too many units left on the field. My general is going to kill off this Hateria, especially with the rear charge by the Royal Lancers here. Going to disengage as well, and that is game. Let's look at the statistics. Royal Lancers doing quite well because they killed the cavalry and then got some charges off onto the Haterias. That was very important. Burgundian Axemen doing okay in general. Some doing quite well, especially as they're not dead yet. And Scattershot Hurler is also doing very well, doing a lot of damage to the Cataphractari before they got in. Now for Diplomatt, as you can see, Some of his hater is doing particularly well in melee, but I mean, just look at his cav. In general, it just got destroyed by mine, so yeah, that was what lost him the game, I think, the way the cavalry worked for him. But anyway, that is game and match, so hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.